Okay, a little different format for today. Normally we do something more historically themed, but the most historical theming we're doing today is we're limiting ourselves to the Bulge book. So, yeah, let's have a little bit of an exhibition style game, because that's basically what this is going to be. Here we are fighting over some nice Western France / wherever the heck Bulge happened countryside. Let's take a closer look at the armies. Alright, for today's German force from Bulge Germans, we have a Waffen SS Panther Company with an HQ of 1 Panther, a platoon of 3 Panthers, these are both late variant, a platoon of 2 Königstigers, a platoon of Armored Panzer Grenadiers at full strength with a 2 cm anti-aircraft gun, and a battery of 2 Ostwind Flak Panzers. In support, we have 3 Vesps, a platoon of oh my gosh, Puma 2 cm, there we go, and 2 Flame Panzer Hetzers. Going to try those for today. And then my command cards, we have Skorzeny Commandos Observe Defenses and Spread Rumors. I forgot that we were playing a mission where I actually choose the objectives, or the placement of them, so that is probably not going to matter. So, but the Spread Rumors will be helpful. That is my list for today.
Okay, and for the American forces, we have a battle-weary armored rifle formation. We will have our HQ. We'll have 3. These are all understrength armored rifle platoons. 2 of them, their tracks are in the rear trying to get supplies. 1 will still have their tracks with them. We have an armored mortar platoon there. Then we have, part of that formation as well would be the M8 Scots. We have 3 of those. And then we have a 3-inch tank destroyer platoon. Now, given that we're dug in on the line, we have a couple command cards. First one that'll be relevant for themselves is these will be outpost guns. So they'll be spread across the line to hold their formation and thicken the line. We do have the M10 tank destroyers. In this particular mission, they're going to be held in ambush. And we do have one late Sherman company. Now, it has 2 Easy 8s and then 2 early Shermans that will be accompanying them to act as their HE fire and smoke barrages. And that'll be the force. All of our guns have been upgraded with the HVAP, both for the M10s and the 3-inch tank destroyers, and of course the E8s. So we will have a little better armor penetration. These are our downgraded cards here using that. And we did have room for a last lucky card. That'll be the American force today.
Alright, here we are after deployment. Ben has deployed in his table center. We have one of his dismounted ARC platoons dug in the forest there. Some avalanche dice happening. 2 of the bunker, no, not bunker, the outpost guns
3 inches.
over there guarding that flank, along with, is that
Scots.
your Scots? Yeah, your Scots. Over here in this tree line, we got the other ARC platoons spread out to cover as much ground as possible. Minefields deployed on the flank here to slow me down or stop my movement through there, as well as another pair of the outpost 3-inch and his half-track mortars and a command right there. So all pretty good solid looking defense line for the Americans there. Over here, the Germans have taken advantage of their scout spearhead. They've got the King Tigers and the armored reconnaissance. I wish I wouldn't have enough room for them, but 7 half-tracks would be nice. Sorry, the Armored Panzer Grenadier platoon with them as well. The Panther HQ and the Panther platoon also there. Wesps just in behind to maximize their line of sight, and the Ostwind and the Flammenpanzers are on the flank. And that'll be what it looks like heading into turn 1 with a German assault. We'll find out if we can break through the lines just like they did December 1944. Okay, so a very successful turn 1 for the Germans. We advanced quite a bit farther than I usually advance in any game, and then nothing really happened. I spotted a bombardment with my Wesps from all the way over here, had line of sight down the road to just about there, couldn't quite get any farther in because of the tree line. Rolling to hit, but failed to hit either of the guns. So that will be the end of German turn 1, with the only firing happening being because they all dashed forward. Yeah, so next turn will probably be a little bit longer, assuming his bazookas don't advance out and murder me instantly. We'll be back with American turn 1. All right, turn 1 American starting step. I played my Spread Rumors card to pin down that armored rifle platoon there. We go to attempt to unpin them. Now they are warrior, so they're reluctant, correct?
They are, because it's the first time I've used Bulge book. They are reluctant, yes, but I think they have a special rally.
Oh, right, yes. They're probably so 4+ for that.
Armored rifle. Yeah, so they do have a 4+ rally.
Okay. And
Rally.
they get it. What a shame.
And
Right.
I do
Roll
have
for
a
reserves.
reserve.
And he gets it. So my King Tigers will finally have something worthy of shooting at. All right, we'll be back
Yes, you
after a
will.
moment.
Okay, not a lot of movement yet with our dug-in positions. We did bring in our M10 ambush, and then we brought in the Sherman platoon. They've dashed up here and done a follow me to move up into behind the forest. That's really about the extent of the movement here, and yeah, that's otherwise all we got.
All right, we'll be back with some shooting. All right, so Ben opted to try to blitz with the
ambush
M10s. They succeeded the blitz. He then did his cross, and those two failed with ones.
Two didn't get to move, but one did.
Yep, so now he's potentially got a side shot on that King Tiger, but they both definitely have side shots on that King Tiger.
All right, that's going to be the most interesting part of this turn.
Now, the leftmost guy that failed, he did also potentially have a side shot, I think I said, with the hull. So do you want to do him first?
Yeah, so we'll do, just because depending on what their targets, obviously these two are going to want to shoot the King Tigers. Now these two did not have side shots to the King Tigers. They're still not going to be able to hurt your fronts. So they're going to take shots into...
Well, no, he potentially had a side shot. It just depended on if you rolled for the hull or the
Oh,
turret.
for the hull. Well, and if it hits the hull, he's just straight bouncing.
No, if he hits the turret, he's straight bouncing. Either way.
So,
1, 2, or 3, he hits side armor, essentially.
Okay. And then 1.
But if you want to shoot them at the Panthers, that's probably a better use of them because you've got a better chance at hurting them. Because that's a potential side shot versus, I mean, they could just hurt the front armor in the Panther to begin with. And then they've also potentially got side shots on the Panthers.
Yeah, so let me just...
All right, we'll be back after we figure out what he's doing. All right, so we're back with some shooting here with the M10s. He's figured out his shots. That could be the game in the bag on turn 1 for him. So
we're going to split it up. Our one here that doesn't have side shots to anything, he's just going to try and get dealt with these 2 flame panzers that I do not like coming at my outposts.
Fair.
The other here has, depending on whether he hits hull or body, side or front on the Panthers here. And then these 2 are obviously going to target at King Tigers. Okay. So we're going to start off with this one here, who has side shots on at least the lead King Tiger, not the secondary one. So if that becomes relevant, we're obviously in 16. Now you're aggressive.
Unfortunately.
So we do hit on both.
Amazing.
So those are HVAP 13s. Your side is
8.
So we'll go to your dice.
Well, no,
you have a
we
chance
got to
save,
finish
do you
the shooting first.
Okay, so we'll put 2 hits there.
Well, he's got to scatter his hits.
Oh, true. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So that one, actually, that front armor will just be gone because that front armor 16.
Okay. Yeah, so I guess that's how it works. Then we'll do the other guy here. Hits 1.
Yep. So that's the second one
we'll
there.
just
Because he had the side shot. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll do the shots on the Flam Panzer.
Oh, the Hitzers. Okay, so 1 hit.
1 hit. So we'll hit him.
Okay.
And then at the Panthers.
Oh, thank God.
Both miss.
Okay, so King Tiger side armor is 8. Your anti-tank is 13. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I need a 5.
5 to equal? Yeah.
Oh, on this one, it was this guy, right?
Yes.
We've got to figure out if it's turret or hull. So 1, 2, or 3, it was the hull. Because his turret faces like that, right?
Okay.
It's a turret. Okay, so that will be front armor.
Then I guess that just counts as well.
So the front guy, definite side. What I said, I needed 5. Firepower.
This is where I historically fail everything.
Oh, don't worry. You just got to bail me out, and it could be an issue. Oh, you
but
killed
it does succeed.
Nice. Okay, and then Flam Hatzers. What is their armor rating? I should have looked this up earlier.
7.
Was
I
it
think
7?
You
Oh yeah, it was 7. So maybe 6. Maybe 5. Math is hard. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
6 does equal, yeah.
I can't say that's cocked.
It is kind of cocked, but I think it was best it was getting a 5.
I'll take the potential bail. Thank you. Yeah, it bails. Okay, so we'll mark the dead, we'll mark the flame, we'll be back with possibly more shooting. All right.
This isn't one of the ones that rolled all the ones.
No other no other shots. So we have a shoot and scoop for the M10s.
We're going to try and scoop back the M10s. They do succeed.
And then 4
Fantastic.
cross checks.
Yeah.
Please fail. Please fail.
We're going to fail some of them.
No, I
but
don't
not
know.
all of them.
Yeah.
Succeeds.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
Fails that one. Succeeds. Succeeds.
Well,
all right.
All right. Well, I get 1 M10 in revenge, and not a very fair points balance. But we'll be back with potentially losing the other King Tiger to a last stand check. Okay. Command step. German turn 2. Going to remount that Hetzer on a 5+. Okay. So a last stand on the Tiger on a 2+.
Oh, that was a pucker up.
That was. At least the Panther HQ was nearby. And I have to do that every turn now,
Yeah,
don't I?
you're gonna have that little sensation for the rest of the game.
I hate M10s. Okay, well that's the way it is. We'll be back after movement. Okay, well I am not a German commander in 1944, so I don't have their luck. Or maybe I do. I probably actually do.
Their luck wasn't that great.
It ran out eventually. I should be playing with the fog.
That was the
That's
gas.
what I need. Is I need the fog to
fuel ran out eventually.
Yeah. Anyways, some movement. As you can see, I've created a pile-up. Panthers and the remaining King Tiger pushing forward with the HQ following. The Hetzers and the half-tracks are advancing towards the tree line. I think y'all can tell what's probably coming. We'll see how well half-tracks can work in assault in a tree. Probably not great. And then obviously the Wesps are staying still, so on to my shooting. And I am going to attempt a smoke bombardment, so we'll be back with that. Alright, correction. Last thing I did was just attempted a follow me order on the remaining King Tiger, which I mean he automatically technically passes because he's now the command tank. Actually, I shouldn't have had to roll, but whatever. So he followed himself. And then I dropped the smoke in the hopes of protecting the back end of the Tiger. So now we're going to go into the rest of the shooting. So we're going to start with 2 on-the-move Panther shots. I'm going to be shooting into your right flank outpost gun.
Yep.
So 4s becoming 5s, becoming 6s, correct?
Yep.
Shockingly not. That's a shame. Okay, well, let's then do the Flammen Hetzes. This one I'll do first because he's got a couple of shots. I think we said only had range to like 1 guy.
Yeah, so that one I think might reach the 2 of them. That one there can reach the corner 3.
All right, and they're dug in and gone to ground, so 6s as well.
Yes.
Okay, so the one that can reach 3 guys will hit nobody. The one that can reach 1 guy will hit...
Which
is the one that can actually assault.
Might be 2. You didn't want to come in the forest.
Not with them, no,
So
because I don't know if the cross is good enough.
I'm going to say you can get the 2 lead rifles.
All right, so 2 flame hats on them. It is, I believe, brutal because it is a flamethrower and has an automatic firepower.
I'm not sure. Yeah, do you auto reroll saves is what it was?
Brutal, yeah. So you just reroll the successful save. So the 1 fails?
Yeah, 1 fails. And
the other
double
good. All right,
passes.
so just an automatic success on the firepower for the 1. And then, so that pins the platoon, which is good for me. Did a follow me on the King Tiger, so he can't shoot. 2 centimeters don't have line of sight. So I will position for an assault and be right back with that potentially. Alright, so position for an assault. Get in there. So past both cross checks. Now we're just doing defensive fire. He just rolled his 4 bazookas, getting 2 hits. Oh my god. And then the outpost guns.
The outpost guns.
The 2 hits. So might as well just do firepower checks.
So 2 outpost guns.
Yep.
That both go
So
up.
that blows up, stopping the assault, and then do my dudes inside live. 1 half track, loses a guy. The other half track, no. So that'll be the end of German turn 2. Alright, US turn 2 starting step. Got it unpin.
Yeah, just the armored rifle. They do unpin.
And reserves.
And we're up to 2 dice on reserves.
No.
They don't show up yet.
All right. We'll be back after movement.
All right. So we're trying to close the noose on this armored spearhead. The Scots have moved up around to try and support at some of the lighter targets. The M10s all passed their cross checks to get out of the forest. They had to get within 6 of the smoke here to fire through at targets there. The Shermans, the light ones, have moved forward, and the E8s actually were able to see the King Tiger through the smoke. That's going to be their tire. Used their easy ride, though, to move within 16 inches, so they're going to have some really effective shots. And the infantry that was on the minefield flank, seeing that there is no enemy kind of moving their direction, have started shifting this way into the closer edge of the roadside of the forest. And that brings us all our movement. There's going to be a lot of shooting that can really hopefully net us a lot of the pressure gone, or it could flop. We're going to see how this turn of shooting goes.
All right, so starting with the
Shermans? We're going to start with the Shermans.
Okay.
Because our easy 8s over there only have the one valid target really through the smoke.
Fair.
That's going to be the King Tiger. We have 4 smooth riding shots at this point, and they're under 16. They're able to see past him through the smoke.
Mm-hmm.
All of them are going to be
threes.
to the rear, so straight to 3s. We do get 3 of them.
All right.
That is HVAP 13.
So 8.
You needed 5s.
If there was ever a time to be blessed, it is apparently not today.
It's not today. Firepower.
Yeah.
Oh, still barely gets it. I hate firepower, but it is enough.
All right. So we'll mark everything that's dead.
We'll mark that. While we're here, we're going to go into the other Shermans.
Really, they had a potential side shot on the Panther.
They, depending with the turret arc, have some side shots to the one Panther. Now these ones are stabilizer shots. You're aggressive. And I think they have moved into 16 though.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So just hit on 4.
So on 4s, and then we'll randomize their targets. They do all hit.
Okay.
So they need.
So it depends on.
Actually, there is a 75, so they can't hurt the 10 front. So 4 pluses to hit the turret to get the side.
Oh, are they only? I can't remember. Were they only able to hit the one, or could they hit the guy that's behind him?
Well, technically, yeah, they could hit him.
All right, so then we'll put 2 on one, 2 on the other.
Boom, boom.
So 1, 2, or 3 is hull. 4, 5, or 6 is turret.
So for the lead one,
so roll
4, 5, 6 is
roll
turret.
High.
So roll high.
Excellent.
We don't.
Okay. Second one. Less than excellent. Anti-tank 10.
It is 10.
All right. So I've got side armor 5. I bounce 1.
And firepower.
And he blows me up. So that's 1 dead Panther. Okay, so dead KT, dead Panther. What's next?
We'll go into the
outpost.
The outpost guns.
Yeah, because they can hurt the front of them.
Really now they've only got
the one target.
One.
He can hit the other.
Technically, they could hit
so
the other.
I would roll that one.
But I'm going to roll them separately. So we're going to roll this one, who can only hit the one target.
Okay.
Because the other one can split up.
Right.
1 hit.
So just yeah, they are technically separate platoons. So we'll do
first.
Because
they are nests.
So 1, 2, or 3, you get side armor. 4, 5, 6. This time it's front. All right. So side armor.
13 on 5.
Side armor 5.
Straight in.
Dead Panther, and then the other guy now can only hit the back guy.
But
he'll be shooting for concealment now because of the smoke.
Yeah.
So 1 hit. That is a front armor shot.
Armor.
So 10. I need 3. Yeah.
That does go in.
Typical. All right, so that's the entire armored core of my army now gone. So I'll mark that and be right back.
3 of them going to shoot at the command Panther then. Reduce targets. Those 3 have hit. Yep. The other one is going to shoot backwards at a Wesp, which manages to hit as well.
Okay, so anti-tank 13 against side armor 5.
Nothing we can do on either of those. Yep. To the Wesp. Firepower successful, and the Panther
dead.
Is firepower successful.
Okay.
We're down to infantry shots here. If I want to break the gun to ground or to shoot at these infantry. Honestly, Bigger threat is more the Flampanzers than the infantry, but there is 3 guys out on foot. Actually, they've got bazooka shots that can go into some stuff. So yeah, we're going to take some shots. 1 bazooka. The other bazooka cannot. Yeah, 1 bazooka can shoot at the corner Flampanzer.
Hitting on a 5.
Misses. We do have 5 shots from an LMG, and 1 from a rifle, and 2 bazookas that are all just going to shoot at infantry targets. There's no armor or cover, so it's just going to be straight shots, really. They really miss a lot.
Well, no, there is concealment.
Yeah,
so hitting on 4s.
Oh, yeah, well, 1s and 2s for missing either way.
Couple 3s.
One on each guy, really, at that point.
All right, so I guess it doesn't really matter which. And I lose 2. Okay.
Do you want to leave the 1 that's in the forest?
Sure.
For all it's probably mattering. Past here. And then once we mark that, that's really shooting.
All right, we'll be back with what's left of German turn 3. Okay, well, yeah, so command step. Gonna unpin that SS platoon. Nope. So we'll be back after movement, and I honestly might call it here, but we'll see. Okay, going for some desperate last gambles so that I can actually do something before this game is done, and you guys aren't looking at this as a waste of your time to watch. So the Flak Panzers and the Pumas moved along the side of the M10s for some side shots, because that's the only place their 2 centimeters can apparently hurt them. Couldn't dismount the infantry, because dismounting the infantry would bring them into line of sight of new enemies, and they're pinned, so move the half tracks up, potentially going to try another assault. Flampanzers move through the wrecks. I'm not really sure what they're going to do, but I might try shooting some of the outpost guns or the infantry yet. I haven't decided. And that's about it. So we'll be back with some shooting. Alright, starting this off with the Flampanzer Hetzers. One of them is going to shoot at one of the outpost guns, and the other is going to shoot at some infantry. So the outpost gun will be hit on a 4, becoming 5. They fired last turn, so they're no longer on the ground. Getting 1 hit on the outpost gun. And then I'll just roll the other where you do your saves. I'm not entirely sure how many infantry it can hit, but I'm targeting the machine gun to start. So they did fire as well, so not gone to ground, so 5s. So the machine gun team takes a hit. Alright, so brutal, so re-rolling saves.
So it's a 4+ on the gun, which re-rolls.
And then it's automatic firepower. So it just destroys it.
Yeah, and normally you'd have to re-roll firepower, but Welcome to Flame is perfect for that. For the machine gun team, you only got 1 hit anyway, so it does save the first. Does save the second.
But at least it puts a pin on them, which I think I will need. So, moving along, we're going to do some moving rate of fire on the scout cars. If I remember correctly, their moving rate of fire is 2. Yeah, 2. Anti-tank 5, so doing them first on your M10s. M10s are careful.
So the M10s are careful.
Okay.
You're shooting with the
Pumas.
2 centimeter scout cars. Okay, yeah.
So AT5 on side, potentially on side armor. I will target this guy to start just because I want at least the definite side armor shot.
Yeah. I was about to ask. So 2 hits.
So you know what? I'm just going to put 1 here and then 1 here. What is your side armor?
Side armor is a 2.
Cool. So you need 3 to equal, 4 to ignore. 3s and cool. I get a penetrating hit. So a 5+ to bail out the Puma. Nope. And a 5+ to destroy the Puma. Yes. Okay.
Oh.
So it's a dead Puma. Then the Austrian Flak Panzers. I think they're actually slightly higher because they're 3.7 centimeters, not 2. Yeah, they're anti-tank 7, so they actually could have hurt you on the front.
Okay.
Oh, well, good to know. So 4 shots as well. Same target, same initial target, hitting on 4s. Getting 2 more hits. So we'll put 1 on this guy, and then I'll roll to see if it's side armor or front, and then 1 on this guy. So 1, 2, or 3, hull, side. 4, 5, or 6, front turret. Front turret. So your front armor.
So it's a 5?
Yeah. So, no, this is anti-tank 7.
Yeah.
So your front armor's 5. Oh, okay.
5, yeah. So 2 to equal.
Yeah.
Okay. Straight bounce. And for the other one that's on the side, And
That actually
goes to
bounces. Because your
7?
side armor's 2?
Yes, it goes to
Oh, sorry.
a
Yes,
tie.
that ties. So on a 4+, I bill it out. No. Okay. All right, and then I will be back after I position my other 2 half-tracks for a potential assault. All right, so was able to get 1 half-track in, but then the bazooka blew him up in defensive fire. So that is the end of German turn 3. We'll be back with American turn 3. All right, American starting step. Take us through it.
We have an armored rifle that needs to unpin, which they don't.
Yeah.
Command's over there. And we technically roll 3 dice for reserves, but
Yeah.
I only have 1 reserve team, so it's
Automatic
auto coming
together.
in.
All right.
And then we'll go, there's nothing else to mount or rally, so yeah, we'll go right into movement.
All right, we'll be back after that.
Okay. Movement. M10s, 2 of them just rotated, 1 moved around, so it wasn't behind the smoking body of his friend. Everything else just kind of moved up as far as what was over here, including the half tracks that's been hiding behind the forest. Bazookas came to the forefront of the forest. The Scots and everything on this side just stayed the same. It is what it is. We're going to take some shots. We'll start with the outpost gun. Just going to
Hetzers.
fire 2 at the Hetzers.
4 is to hit.
Double miss.
Yeah, they're afraid of the flames. Can't blame them.
I did see one of his guys burn.
Literally just get roasted.
They're not
inside.
sure if they should bail out now or keep shooting. Just because I want to have some fun, Scots are going to shoot at them with their side shots.
Okay.
Their direct fires, I don't think I've literally ever fired a Scot.
Well, roll and see if you hit first.
I think they only have 1 shot. They are an AT, I believe, of 6. They stayed stationary for their direct fire. Interesting times we live in. Right here. Oh, no, their direct fire is 2 shots. 2 at 20 inches.
2 hits. 18.
That's all I need. AT is 6.
All right, 3 is equal. 1 goes in, 1 equals.
They are still a firepower of 3+. So for the one that goes in, does blow up, and the one that equals does pass as well.
All right, so 1 bailed out, 1 destroyed. What's next?
We'll do the. What do you got? You got a half track and that stuff. Guess we'll do the M10s, the 4 that stayed the 2 that stayed stationary. I guess you got 2 different platoons there.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna split it 2 and 2, and the last one is gonna fire at the AA guns with the higher AT.
Okay, they are all aggressive.
Okay, so for the 2 Puma, and for the AT gun or AA guns, 2 on the AA, 1 each, and 1 on one of the Puma pieces.
All right, well, the highest threat number is 3, so...
Oh, I forgot I'm shooting HVAP M10s. Never mind. All right, Puma piece will fail, so just a bail.
Okay.
And for the 2 AA guns,
Both
they'll
destroyed.
both go up.
Okay. That's... before you continue, that's actually the game.
Oh.
Because I'm down to 1 platoon left in my company.
All right.
So, we'll be back with a recap. Okay, so,
Hard, fast.
yeah, I don't
Brief.
like that mission. That's... I like the idea of that mission, but that, honestly, that seems a little too balanced in the defender side.
Yeah, when we looked at the mission, it does seem it would be a very hard press. Now, I mean, maybe some of that is going to always come down to terrain and such, but you have a limited time because it's not an unlimited turn. It's a hold till 6.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
both-
If I'm not within 8 inches of the objective by turn 6, you just
Yeah,
auto win. So,
so
like,
you
I
can't-
feel pressured to push
you
forward.
have to advance. Your first turn was good. I mean, I had limited fire because I'd set up cautiously knowing I couldn't hurt a lot of your front stuff and was waiting for those close range side shots or where you went to turn to face one side, I could hit the other. Like, I definitely set it up as a cauldron, and the terrain did lend itself to that a bit. But it's even an open field would be a hard fight. You both got to be shooting, but on the move. Maybe Americans with stabilizers might be able to do it, or Soviets where you've just got a ton of fire that needs to move up close to shoot anyway.
Yeah.
But with Germans, moving and shooting reduces your shots. Yeah, it's going to be a hard ask.
I think because I did forget about how close you could place the ambush, I thought that I had more protection on that right flank from there.
Yeah.
I think that was a misplay on my part. I should have shifted a little bit farther to that tree line to push you farther back.
Well, so 2 things I would have recommended as like a hindsight. Yeah, like you... obviously, that ambush was prime placement to get some of your flanks. It didn't even go as perfectly as it could be if you had just been like 3 or 4 inches further forward. Or like some of my guys obviously failed their moves that turn to get those side shots. So you lost a King Tiger by itself is going to be painful.
Yeah, it's like
but
15
out of 8
points.
shots that potentially could have alone cleared the forest. So one, you definitely, everything was in such a ball. You did need to move closer to those forests, knowing I had that big lethal ambush that made up half of my mobile AT at least. That would have been a big thing. And it wasn't as lethal as it could have been, so the next turn, instead of doubling down and pushing through, might have been the turn to fall back 4 inches, try and get some blitz backs.
Yeah,
and
maybe,
shoot. Because if they were removed, you can safely at that point start facing one way or the other without risking much rear shots.
That's fair. However, again, because of that turn limit,
you are pressed.
Like I had 6 turns. I can only move so fast. Like
first turn would have been a better screen with the AA, which would have been a sacrificial, the Hetzers, and the Pumas to push that back.
The Hetzers are the only thing I can have that can dig you out, so they can't be part
True,
of the screen.
you need them for the nest.
And the infantry.
Because
they're in foxholes, right?
But the infantry, their problem is I can't deploy them on an objective. If you drive past them, they got to chase you. So its trick is getting past the nests. 2 are on the far side. Mostly you could ignore. One of them could have turned and shot you in the back if you went over that way. But I would have then left the half tracks on the road maybe. Second turn, after my ambush was popped, would have fallen back the armored column a bit in a cordon, and possibly even just risked blitzing the infantry straight down the road.
Can't blitz within 8 inches, or
sorry,
can't dash within 8
so
inches of an
even
enemy
if you
team.
couldn't dash, you could still move. Now I did have the Shermans come on early, which was unfortunate as well. And you never know when, like, the armored half tracks failed the second turn, but they could have come on right in front of you. But even if you gone down there, I'm either shooting shots at half tracks with AT guns, and bazookas and stuff are out of range. And even if you die, you have a good chance of infantry getting out. If you could have just, at the next turn on your turn, leapt them into the church, I'd have been very potentially out of position to stop them.
If I could get through, which I couldn't.
It is a gamble. You could have dropped the smoke, maybe made a corridor on them to stop the Shermans. Over there, if they'd have just driven 10 inches, put the smoke down from the Shermans, I'm either wasting the AT guns and the Scots at them, and even if I do, you can dismount. Likely, most of the platoon survives, gets into the church. You arguably could win.
Maybe.
I got lucky on the second turn of shooting through your smoke screen and everything. That could have gone the other way. You never know. At that point, it's dice, but those are options. There is ways to do it, but it is a very tough scenario. And the cards are stacked against you at the start for sure.
Well, let us know what you guys think. Would love some feedback on that. See what if you agree with what Ben's saying, or if you've got some other takes on that. And then as usual, check us out on our social medias: Facebook, Instagram, and Discord. I will start uploading more things to Instagram and Facebook.
Get some new content uploaded at all. Yeah. It's been an extremely busy summer and fall, and then our schedules did not align, so sorry for the gaps.
That's all
hopefully we'll get a few more in here for y'all, and we can start 2024 with a blast.
Yeah, well, so as always, guys, thanks for watching. We're pulling for you. Just keep stakes on the ice.
Take care out there.